In this presentation, we will be discussing governing laws, voter registration, voter statuses, voter updates, push voters, third-party change of addresses, NCOA and ACS files, DMV updates, address confirmations, voter cancellations, and VoteCal. At the end are some questions submitted by voters and answers to those questions. Voter file maintenance is governed by California Election Code, the National Voter Registration Act, as well as other state and federal laws and executive orders. To register to vote in California, you must be a United States citizen and a resident of California, 18 years old or older on election day, not currently serving a state or federal prison term for the conviction of a felony, not currently found mentally incompetent to vote by a court. These are the pre-registration requirements. Be 16 or 17 years old, and meet all the other eligibility requirements to vote. The voter will be automatically registered when they turn 18. Voters should complete a new voter registration form when they move, change their name, or change their political party preference. It's quick and easy to register online. You do have to consent to having your DMV signature transmitted to the elections office, otherwise you will be asked to print, sign, and mail your form. Our office automatically mails out the unsigned forms when we get online registrations missing the signature. Eligible applicants completing a driver's license, identification card, or change of address transaction online, by mail or in person at the DMV will be automatically registered to vote by the California Secretary of State, unless they choose to opt out of automatic voter registration. Paper forms can be found at locations all over the county. You can pick them up at city halls, post offices, libraries, or the election office can mail you one. The NVRA requires states to designate as voter registration agencies all offices that provide public assistance and state-funded programs primarily engaged in providing services to persons with disabilities. Registration totals for NVRA agencies are reported to the Secretary of State on a monthly basis. Paper affidavits are first accounted for in a raw count taken at mail intake. The source of the affidavit is tracked. For example, whether it comes from another county, the state, the DMV, or mailed from a voter. The affidavits are scanned into the system and the data is manually entered in by staff. Manually entered affidavits are double-checked by a second staff member. Online forms are downloaded and processed in our election management system. In either case, if the record is missing information, we make every attempt to contact the voter to get the missing information. These are the different statuses of voters used throughout the state. Active registered voter. Voter is eligible to vote and will be mailed a ballot. Inactive, a voter for who the county received a third-party change of address notification. Voter is eligible to vote but will not be mailed a ballot. Canceled, voter is ineligible and will have to re-register. Pending, registration is missing key information. Once completed, registration can become active. Updates based on NCOA, USPS, and DMV information are made without the voter having to re-register. These processes will be explained in the following slides. The way the push voter process works is that a county will receive notification of a voter move to another California county. This notice is scanned into the election management system, and the notice is pushed electronically to the new county. If the new county accepts the notice and enters the voter into their system, the voter's record in the old county is canceled. When we receive third-party change of address notifications, we sort them into in-county, out-of-county, and out-of-state, and undeliverable categories. In-county addresses are updated, out-of-county voters are pushed to the new county. Out-of-state and undeliverable voters are inactivated. Notices are sent to all. The NCOA and ACS files are electronic files processed within the election management system. The NCOA comes from the SOS, while the ACS file comes from the U.S. Post Office and essentially replaces the yellow sticky you see on envelopes. DMV update files are electronic files that come to us through the Secretary of State and are basic address updates. Section 8 of the NVRA requires that the state conduct a general program that makes a reasonable effort to remove the names of ineligible voters from the official lists of eligible voters by reason of death or change of address. The following slides will explain how San Mateo complies with the law. San Mateo does not send out the pre-election postcard. The reason for this is explained in the following slides. As an alternative to the pre-election confirmation mailing, California Election Code allows alternative methods. Examples are the use of national change address data. In lieu of mailing a residency confirmation postcard to each registered voter in the county elections official may include the return address of the county elections official's office on the outside portion of the County Voter Information Guide or County Voter Information Guide envelope mailed to the voter for an election conducted within the last 6 months preceding the start of the confirmation process, along with the statements address correction requested and notice. If the person named on the County Voter Information Guide is not at the address, please help keep the voter rolls current and save taxpayer dollars by returning this County Voter Information Guide to your mail carrier. Counties can use change of address data from credit reporting agencies. If we receive a third-party change of address notice for a voter that has moved in county or in state, they will receive our 2225B postcard, which lets them know that their information has been updated and that if it is not correct to notify us right away. If we receive a third-party change of address notice for a voter that has moved out of state, they will receive our 8D2 postcard. If they return the form, signed, we can cancel their registration, otherwise we have to wait until 2 federal, general elections have gone by before they could be canceled. As previously mentioned, if the voter responds to the address confirmation notice, we can update the record immediately. In county, updated voters will receive a voter notification card. The voter notification card lets a voter know that we have updated their registration. Voters should look this card over carefully to make sure the information is correct. Voters can be canceled for the following reasons. At the signed, written request of the person registered. When the mental incompetency of the person registered is legally established, upon proof that the person is presently imprisoned for conviction of a felony. Upon the death of the person registered pursuant to Article 2 of Election Code. Upon notification that the voter is registered to vote in another state. VoteCal is California's statewide database of registered voters. VoteCal maintains the voter registration information for all of California's 58 counties. VoteCal has increased county election officials' ability to conduct good, thorough list maintenance. Officials use VoteCal to check for duplicate registrations within a county and across the state, move a voter's registration from one county to another when they relocate within the state, and to check registration records to ensure voters have not already voted in an election. These are just a few of the essential functions that VoteCal provides elections officials. VoteCal assists us in setting up our elections and much, much more. VoteCal interacts and exchanges information with many other state and county systems. The remainder of the presentation are a series of questions presented by voters. Question: how often are new voters added to the voter rolls? Answer: all the time. Voters are being added and removed by VoteCal even after normal business hours. Question: who adds them? Answer: during an election, seasonal extra help staff enter the data. When there isn't an election, regular permanent staff does this work. Question: where is the data located? Answer: local election management information is retained at the county level. The statewide database is maintained in Sacramento at the Secretary of State's office. Question: does the county compare voter rolls to jury forms or DMV files to verify eligibility to vote? Answer: no. Both the DMV and the election office provide a list to jury services, but that is all. Question: what government sources are cross-referenced to ensure that a voter's status is correct? Answer: when a voter registers to vote, they provide their driver's license or the last 4 of their SSN. This information is checked against the CalValidator system. If the information cannot be verified, the voter must provide ID the first time they vote. Question: are irregularities noted and researched, like same or similar names at the same address? Multiple registrations at the same address. Answer: VoteCal continuously searches for duplicate voters using a variety of parameters. In San Mateo, our local EMS also allows us to do a manual search to identify voters and send them to VoteCal for processing. We do not make note of multiple registrations at the same address. Question: if a person marries or changes their name and re-registers, will that be noted as a duplicate? Will the person receive 2 ballots? Answer: yes. VoteCal searches on different fields, not just name. The person can receive 2 ballots depending on when they re-register or when the duplicate is identified. Only one of the ballots will be counted, or the voter will be caught and turned over to the district attorney or secretary of state. Question: what should a resident do if they receive a ballot for a voter no longer at the address? Answer: mark the envelope returned to sender, not at this address, and put it back in the mail. Question: did San Mateo comply with the 2019 Judicial Watch settlement? What was the result? Answer: after the settlement between LA County and Judicial Watch, San Mateo County sent out 8D2 and 2225B notifications to all inactive voters. If no response is received from the voter, these registrations will be canceled after the November 2022 gubernatorial general election. Please don't hesitate to call us if you still have questions.